Please just see me, not the chair. The world outside the cozy bookstore cafe was a blur of gray drizzle, a perfect mirror for the quiet ache in David's heart. As a single father, his world was a carefully constructed routine of school runs, packed lunches, and bedtime stories. A life built around his young daughter, Lily. Since the sudden loss of his wife 2 years ago, he wasn't looking for a new beginning. He was just trying to get through each day. But his sister had insisted on this blind date, and a small, lonely part of him had reluctantly agreed. He looked up as the cafe door chimed softly, and there she was, Elara. She moved with a deliberate, graceful strength, her hands guiding the wheels of her chair. Her eyes, a warm shade of hazel, scanned the room and then found his, flickering with a vulnerability that struck him deeply. She navigated to his table, her voice barely above a whisper as she leaned in slightly. "Thank you for waiting," she said, but her eyes asked a more profound question. Would he stay? David's own heart, still mending its fractures, recognized the echo of her fear. It was the same fear he saw in the mirror, the fear of being defined by loss, of being seen as a collection of broken pieces rather than a whole person. "I'm glad you're here," he said, and he meant it. For a moment, they just sat in the comfortable silence of the cafe. The scent of old books and brewing coffee wrapping around them. Elara explained that a car accident a year ago had changed her life, taking away her career as a dancer and gifting her this new, slower perspective on the world. She spoke of how people either offered pity or averted their eyes entirely. "The hardest part isn't the chair. It's the way people look through you." David listened, not with sympathy, but with understanding. He shared stories about Lily, about her obsession with painting galaxies on her bedroom wall and leaving glittery footprints everywhere. It was the one part of his life that still felt purely, brilliantly light. Then, as if summoned by the conversation, a small whirlwind in a yellow raincoat burst into the cafe. Lily had gotten out of school early. She rushed to her father, then stopped, her curious eyes landing on Elara's wheelchair. "Does your chair go fast?" Elara's tense shoulders relaxed into a genuine smile. Lily's ensuing giggle was a sound that could mend almost anything. She then looked at her father, then back at Elara, and asked the question that changed the atmosphere completely. "Are you going to be our new friend?" David's breath caught. He looked at Elara, who seemed to be holding hers. He simply nodded, and Lily beamed. The three of them shared a plate of cookies, with Lily chattering away and showing Elara her latest artwork. In that simple, unexpected moment, David felt a wall around his heart crumble, brick by brick. Sometimes, healing begins with a single, shared smile. As the afternoon faded, Elara's discomfort became visible in the tightness around her eyes. When it was time to leave, David instinctively stood to help with the door. Outside, the rain had softened to a mist. He walked her to her accessible van, Lily skipping beside them. "I wasn't sure I should come today. I didn't want to be a complication. Elara, the first thing I saw was your courage." A single tear escaped, tracing a path down her cheek, but she was smiling. Lily, with the perfect timing only a child possesses, tugged on Elara's sleeve. "You make my daddy smile his real smile." In that instant, David saw it clearly. Not just a woman navigating a new physical reality, but a resilient soul learning to trust the world again. And he wondered if he might be learning to do the same. Their goodbye was a promise of a tomorrow. As her van pulled away, David felt it. Not an ending, but a quiet, hopeful beginning. If this story reminded you that everyone has a story worth hearing, please take a second to like this video and follow the Human Soul Kindness channel for more.